YouTube, Alan here. I'm here to discuss Margaret Atwood's first novel, The Edible Woman. Now, I'm reading this with, here's a picture of her. It was published in 1969. There's a young Margaret Atwood there. Beautiful. I'm reading this with a group, hashtag What the Book Club Read, through Victoria at What Victoria Reads. And I've always liked Margaret Atwood. I haven't read her recently, but I read A Handmaid's Tale, and I read Cat's Eye, and I read another one too that I can't remember, but I can see the makings of her writing from the very first novel, and the makings of a dystopian type novel. And this is very much a feminist novel. And I was born in the mid '60s. I was a baby when this came out, but I'm just taken aback by the times in that, but how absurd it seems to me. Some things and situations in this novel, I'm going to really try not to do any spoilers because it's a great novel. I really enjoyed it. It's about a woman named Marion who's in a dead-end job. She's graduated college. She's in a consumer survey. She does like surveys for a survey company, and it's there's so much symbolism and metaphor in this novel regarding food and how we need food for nutrients and to live and survive, but also we use food to comfort people and to pacify them, like here, have a cookie. But the characters are, she turns the tables on reality, although it's totally believable, but it's outrageous. So Marion is in a relationship with a man named Peter that she wants to have like a normal relationship, and like everyone else, she has a roommate named Ansley. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Is it Ansley or yeah, Ansley? And they live in a house with a woman who has kids, and to get to their apartment, they have to go through her front door, so she's real snoopy. And so Marion is with Peter, and he wants to control her and everything, and she suddenly gets an eating disorder, where it starts out with like red meat, and then it goes to everything from even milk and that. Now her roommate, Ainsley, wants to get pregnant, and does, with a guy named Len. And Len is just outrageous. Okay, without doing spoilers, so many, I mean, at first he wants her to have an abortion. Can't believe that she tricked him. Ainsley doesn't really care who the father is. She just wants to be pregnant. And she claims that he has uterus envy, and he calls her unclean, and how dare she trick him. And then he comes around and wants to be the father, and she doesn't. It's it's outrageous. There's lines in it like he goes, "You never told me you were college educated," and things like that. There's also a scene in it where he breaks down, where his mother, they were having breakfast, and in one of his eggs was a chick with you can see the beak and claws, and his mother said, "Oh, you're just making it up," and made him eat it, and he breaks down and cries on her lap, and, "Oh, Len, I'm not having a chicken, I'm having a baby." Through one of Marion's co-workers named Duncan, she has an affair later on in the novel. It's a really brilliant written too. Like the first part is in the first person, and parts 2 are in third. It was very interesting. Yeah, 1969. And then when I think of The Handmaid's Tale, how that was in the 80s when that came out, and how we were thinking it could be possible. But now the times you think about in Iran and Iraq, where they it's hard for a woman to get an education. I think it might be getting a little better now, hopefully. But with the burqas and all that, it's A Handmaid's Tale is more true now than it was back in the 80s. So I'm just going to keep this brief so I can get on to the next novel, Surfacing. And I want to thank Victoria and everybody involved. I might even get back on Twitter to participate in this group. But what the book club read, Margaret Atwood. Thumbs up. Have a good one.